Okay. Welcome, everyone, to the June 24th, 2024 Mayor and Council meeting. The meeting will come to order at 7:01 p.m. The meeting is being broadcast on channels 34 and 43 and the Township's YouTube channel, Township of Fairfield, Essex. Please stand and join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mayor, notice of this meeting is in compliance with the Open Public Meetings Act, Chapter 231 of the laws of 1975, and has been given by posting a notice of the scheduled dates and change in meeting time of all the conference and regular meetings of the Mayor and Council of the Township of Fairfield on the bulletin board, in the municipal building, and in the office of the municipal clerk, and by serving notice thereof to the Progress and Herald newspaper on December 21st, 2023.
Denise, please call the roll.
Councilman McGlynn.
Here.
Councilman LaForgia.
Here.
Council President Cifelli.
Here.
Mayor Galise.
Here. Okay, public comment on agenda items. Anyone wishing to speak specifically on agenda items, please come forward, state your name and address for the record. Seeing no one, we will move on to communications. Okay, I have the library board had a busy week. The summer reading program kickoff was Saturday. There were 112 kids registered for the program with 202 tickets given out for free ice cream. Today there was a magic show. 86 people attended. The adult concert series starts tomorrow. It's a very busy month for the library, so for particulars and for future events, please see their website. That's really all I have tonight. Council President Cifelli.
Thank you, Mayor. OEM. Our OEM coordinator, Lieutenant Casandino, attended a meeting hosted by our FEMA region on the year's Atlantic hurricane forecast. And unfortunately, I have to report that there's a potential for above average activity this year. And that's all I have from FEMA. From finance, water bills will be going out on Friday. Tonight we will be voting on an estimated tax rate, and the estimated tax bills should be going out around July the 15th. And they're estimated to ensure that the town has cash flow. And that's basically all I have. Thank you.
Thank you, Joe. Councilman LaForgia.
Mayor, a few items. One with the planning board, we did have a meeting where we did have 3 applications, and they were all approved. 2 of them will be for new businesses in town on Route 46. In recreation, a little bit of news here. We had the junior boys baseball team, the junior girls softball team, both won the championship in their leagues. We had camp open today, and there were over 200 of the morning participants. And I'd like to remind everyone watching and that hears about it, the park is closed in the morning until 12:30. This is for safety reasons. There's no question the park is closed in the mornings. There's no walking trails, no anything until 12:30 when the day camp is over. Our fall sports, the registrations are almost over. And if you do want to sign up for any of them, it's suggested that you get online and do so. For football, we have 137 registrants. Cheerleading has 46, and soccer has 228 so far. So the fall season is looking pretty crowded. Yeah. For seniors, starting in September, the seniors will be under the umbrella of the recreation department. The Golden Agers is kind of disbanding, for lack of a better word, but they are still going to meet. But Recreation is going to hold the meetings over at the complex and continue with their programs. There is a $20 dues a year for joining the Fairfield Senior Group. And finally, just as a reminder, July 2nd, we will have our fireworks display in the park. There'll be food trucks with assorted foods available. The DJ should start around 7:30, and obviously, depending upon twilight, looks like around 9-ish or so, we'll be able to see fireworks.
Okay,
So that's it for Recreation, Mayor. Thank you.
thank you. Councilman McGlynn?
Okay, since our last meeting, there was a water main break that our DPW had to respond to on Hollywood Avenue. They made a temporary repair. They've ordered the parts, and we're awaiting those parts right now so we can make a permanent repair. Our volunteer fire department, since our last meeting, also responded to 30 alarms. Our members also attended solar panel class at the Roseland Fire Department, where the hazards of solar panels during fires were taught. That's something that's kind of a new phenomenon in the last number of years with the solar panels being, installed in housing as well as in commercial properties. They also performed an elevator rescue at the Red Fox Inn, or Red Roof Inn, and they assisted with an emergency medical issue. Okay, that's my report.
Thank you, Michael. Councilman Campisi couldn't be here tonight, but he asked me to convey that the movie night was a great success, and I can attest because I was there and so were the other gentlemen here. And thanks goes out to Denise and, of course, Tony Pompey, and he asked me to mention a few names because they were instrumental in having this go off the way it did. So it was Denise, Tony, Dawn Shatito, Anthony DePascal, Jason Street, Mike Latimer, Tara Medina, Lynn Struss, Ashley Antonakis, and Jenna Bozios. And they really went above and beyond. It was a great night, and I really did receive a few phone calls saying how much that children really enjoyed it. Okay. Approval of the May 28th, 2024 regular meeting minutes and executive minutes. Can I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Councilman LaForgia,
Second.
Council President Cifelli.
Councilman LaForgia.
Aye.
Council President Cifelli.
Aye.
Councilman McGlynn.
Aye.
Mayor Galise.
Aye. Okay, Colleen Britton is here tonight, our health inspector, to give us a report. Colleen?
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Hopefully, you all have packets in front of you. The report that you see covers February through May. First page is February. I'm just going to give you a moment to look it over. Do you have any questions? That's why I'm here. Second page is March. Next page is April. And the last page for the activity reports is May.
Colleen, can you give us some highlights? Is there anything in particular that stands out to you?
No, nothing out of the ordinary. We did have the Taste of Essex event, which is a fond memory for Denise and I. That was probably the highlight of the last several months. May started the pool inspections. As you know, or may not know, we do even townhouse communities that have swimming pools, condominiums, all have to follow the New Jersey Public Recreational Bathing Code. So pools were a highlight for me. Yeah, just the retail food establishment inspections, nothing really noteworthy. Most were posted, all were posted satisfactory. The health officer and I went to to Atlantic City in March. It's the convention for folks like me. We did get to see a lot of speakers with a lot of appropriate topics. We did a vector-borne meeting with the state health department. They went over, vector-borne diseases with mosquitoes and ticks, which was appropriate coming into the season that we're in now. That's really the highlights. The last portion of the report, the last 8 pages, are just basically fees collected with as of the end of May, year-to-date, $4,905.
Any questions from the council?
Thorough report, Mayor, as always, it really, pretty much.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, you're welcome.
All right.
Enjoy your summer, everyone.
Thank you,
Okay,
Colleen.
thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, public hearing on transfer of funded parkland, that's 236 Little Falls Road.
Motion to
Do we open and,
Yes,
okay,
please.
can I have a motion to open
So
the
moved.
public hearing? Council President Sefeli,
Second?
Councilman McGlynn,
Council President Sefeli.
Aye.
Councilman McGlynn.
Aye.
Councilman LaForgia.
Aye.
Mayor Galise.
aye. Anyone wishing to come forward and speak on this subject, please do. Seeing no one, close the public portion. Can we have a motion to close?
motion.
Councilman LaForgia,
Second.
Council President Sefeli.
Councilman LaForgia.
Aye.
Council President Sefeli.
Aye.
Councilman McGlynn.
Aye.
Mayor Galise.
Aye. And do we need a motion?
Motion to approve?
No?
No,
Okay.
no.
All right. Okay, we have a first hearing and reading of ordinance number 2024-12. It's an ordinance of the Township of Fairfield, Essex County, New Jersey, amending Chapter 2, Section 11, Department of Police of the Township Code. Jim, can you fill us in a little bit on that one?
Yes, I can, Mayor. In the world we live in today, it's tough to get people to want to get into being a police officer today because of all the critiquing and all the different things that are happening around our country. With that in mind, when people leave a police department, you have to replace them, and it becomes harder and harder. So in order to make things a little easier as far as replacing officers and hiring new officers, in our ordinance, we allow for lateral hires. And in our hiring ordinance, there's a list of items that you have to qualify for in order to be hired in the first place. And one of them is a 4-year college education. When it comes to lateral hires, you're hiring a fully certified police officer. So at that point, he's already been he has a track record. We can look at it, we can research it. And what we're doing is we're giving the governing body the ability to waive that portion of the lateral hire transfer based on the recommendation of the police chief and his staff on whether or not this would be a good candidate for our department. Basically, they would have to have at least 2 years of service and or service as a special law enforcement officer with the Fairfield Police Department for at least 2 years. So it gives us the ability to actually fill in vacancies in a quicker fashion with someone who we already know has a proven track record, when at times it's very hard. There's a lot of young folks that aren't going into the academy for whatever reasons they are. From my standpoint, it's the way they're treated today. It's just without respect, and that's a whole nother topic on a whole nother level for this country. But I think it's a great thing to do because it'll help us along the way.
Okay, thank you. Okay, hearing that, may I have a motion to introduce ordinance 2024-12?
So moved.
Councilman McGlynn,
Second.
Council President Sefeli.
Councilman McGlynn.
Aye.
Council President Sefeli.
Aye.
Councilman LaForgia.
Aye.
Mayor Galise.
Aye, and the second reading, Denise, will be?
July 22nd.
July 22nd. Thank you. Okay, second reading and adoption of ordinance number 2024-08. It's an ordinance amending the supplementing Chapter 11 Property Maintenance with new Section 11-8 Bamboo Prohibited/Regulated to prohibit the future planting and regulate the existing planting of invasive running bamboo within the Township of Fairfield. May I have a motion to open to the public?
So moved.
Councilman LaForgia,
Second.
Council President Sefeli.
Councilman LaForgia.
Aye.
Council President Sefeli.
Aye.
Councilman McGlynn.
Aye.
Mayor Galise.
Aye. If anyone in the audience wishes to speak on this, please come forward, state your name and address for the record. Seeing no one, I will seek a motion to close the public portion.
So moved.
Councilman LaForgia,
Second.
Councilman McGlynn.
Councilman LaForgia.
Aye.
Councilman McGlynn.
Aye.
Council President Sefeli.
Aye.
Mayor Galise.
Aye. At this point, if there are no further questions from the council, I will entertain a motion to adopt ordinance 2024-08.
So moved.
Council President Sefeli,
Second.
Councilman LaForgia.
Council President Sefeli.
Aye.
Councilman LaForgia.
Aye.
Councilman McGlynn.
Aye.
Mayor Galise.
Aye. Okay, it brings us to ordinance 2024-09. It's an ordinance of the Township of Fairfield, Essex County, New Jersey, amending Chapter 45, zoning of the Township Code to prohibit short-term rentals. May I have a motion to open?
So moved.
Councilman McGlynn,
Second.
Council President Sefeli.
Councilman McGlynn.
Aye.
Council President Sefeli.
Aye.
Councilman LaForgia.
Aye.
Mayor Galise.
Aye. Anyone wishing to come forward to talk on this ordinance, please come forward, state your name and address for the record. Seeing no one, may I have a motion to close the public?
So moved.
Councilman LaForgia,
Second.
Councilman McGlynn,
Councilman LaForgia.
Aye.
Councilman McGlynn.
Aye.
Council President Sefeli.
Aye.
Mayor Galise.
aye. And a motion to adopt ordinance 2024-09 if there are no comments, corrections.
So moved.
Council President Sefeli,
Second.
Councilman LaForgia.
Council President Sefeli.
Aye.
Councilman LaForgia.
Aye.
Councilman McGlynn.
Aye.
Mayor Galise.
Aye. C, ordinance 2024-10. It's an ordinance of the Township of Fairfield, Essex County, New Jersey, authorizing the transfer of funded parkland within the Township of Fairfield to Friends of the Van Ness House Incorporated, Block 2406, Lot 3. Do I have a motion to open to the public?
So moved.
Councilman McGlynn,
Second.
Councilman LaForgia.
Councilman McGlynn.
Aye.
Councilman LaForgia.
Aye.
Council President Sefeli.
Aye.
Mayor Galise.
Aye. Anyone wishing to come forward and speak on the subject, please do so now.
If I may interject.
Sure.
Just so the public knows, this is a very good thing for Fairfield. We've had the Van Ness House for quite some years, and over the years, upkeep was tough. It cost a lot of money to do these type of things, and it just got to the point where we couldn't keep up with it. So a group had formed, the Friends of the Van Ness House. We found each other and sought each other out. And what we're going to do is we're going to transfer the ownership to this nonprofit group who anyone who wishes to make a donation to can make a donation for the restoration of the building. And they're going to purchase it from the township, and then they're going to maintain it and apply for grants and bring it back to its original state. So it's a win-win for both the taxpayers in town and the people of Fairfield. That a historical site will remain here, but it will be in a few years, of course, it's going to take some time, will be brought back to its original grandeur. So I think it's a very good thing.
I do too, and a meeting with the group involved, I think the administration of it will really benefit everyone.
And if I could just say one thing, when a piece of history like that is sitting out there, in order to bring it back, it has to be brought back originally. So if we're talking about oak beams in the basement, there's got to be oak beams in the basement. If we're talking about plaster walls, has to be plaster walls. And in some cases, there are only limited people that can bring a building like that back. So the cost of it to the town would be astronomical, right? And this agency, this group of people, I should say, not agency, will apply for the grants through their network and bring it back to its almost original luster. And I'm sorry.
No,
Just thought I'd throw that out there.
No, you're right.
Still open to the public?
The public, sure, speak on the
Sure.
subject of the Van Ness House.
Gary DeFazio, 67 Pure Lane, Fairfield. My son was instrumental in doing a scout project, his Eagle project, and he had erected the historical sign, which is presently out front of Van Ness House. The property sort of became very dear to me, you know, the creation of it. And years ago, it was the first building in Fairfield, or actually Caldwell at the time. But the upkeep, I understand, is, you know, very costly, and I'm glad the Friends of the Van Ness House are taking ownership and responsibility. I was just curious, will the town ever be able to put any money aside in their budget to maybe help along with the project?
That's not something that is slated, because once the transfer is done, we're hoping that the agency that takes it over, administration of that, will find the funds through public and private donations mostly. And I guess you're going to find grants and, you know, they're going to do things like that. The main reason we're doing this is because it's a great expense to the
Absolutely.
township.
Yeah.
And unless you really keep up with it and put money into it all the time, it's just going to fall apart. And we didn't want to see that.
Good.
Everybody could see the condition that it was becoming, and if we let it deteriorate any further, we would have had a problem.
Right.
So I think this is the best solution.
I'm glad to see something's being done about it. Thank you.
If I remember correctly too, what was it, Jimmy, about 15, 16 years ago under Mayor Shore? They put
Longer than that, yeah.
Yeah, they put $200,000
Yeah.
into that building.
Into
and it did
interior,
nothing.
yeah, into the interior furnishings,
Yeah.
from my
well,
understanding, not the exterior, which should have been, you know, deemed necessary at first, you know.
Right.
You're just putting a Band-Aid on cancer.
Yeah, more or less.
That's it, Gary.
Well, this is definitely a step forward, and I think it's going to be a win-win for everybody.
Absolutely,
Especially the community.
yeah. I'm glad to see that it's gonna, you know, continue on, and, you know, it's Fairfield's history.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. So, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Gary.
Okay, can I have a motion to close the public portion if no one else wishes to speak?
So moved.
Second.
Councilman McGlynn, Councilman LaForgia.
Councilman McGlynn.
Aye.
Councilman LaForgia.
Aye.
Council President Sefeli.
Aye.
Mayor Glees.
Aye. May I have a motion to adopt ordinance 2024-10?
So moved.
Council President Sefeli,
Second.
Councilman McGlynn.
Council President Cifelli.
Aye.
Councilman McGlynn.
Aye.
Councilman LaForgia.
Aye.
Mayor Galise.
Aye. Okay, D, ordinance 2024-11, an ordinance of the Township of Fairfield, Essex County, New Jersey, amending Chapter 45 zoning, Section 45-17, tree protection of the Township Code. May I have a motion to open to the public?
So moved.
Second.
Councilman McGlynn, Councilman LaForgia.
Councilman McGlynn.
Aye.
Councilman LaForgia.
Aye.
Council President Cifelli.
Aye.
Mayor Galise.
Aye. Anyone wishing to come forward and talk on this tree protection, please come forward. Do so. State your name and address for the record. Seeing no one, may I have a motion to close the public?
So moved.
Councilman LaForgia,
Second.
Council President Cifelli.
Councilman LaForgia.
Aye.
Council President Cifelli.
Aye.
Councilman McGlynn.
Aye.
Mayor Galise.
Aye. May I have a motion to adopt ordinance 2024-11?
So moved.
Council President Cifelli,
Second.
Councilman LaForgia.
Council President Cifelli.
Aye.
Councilman LaForgia.
Aye.
Councilman McGlynn.
Aye.
Mayor Galise.
Aye. Okay, thank you, gentlemen. I have an appointment to make to Angelo Cerricelli to fill the unexpired term of Sal Federico, who's moving out of town. I want to, at this point, thank Sal for his many years of service to the township and to the Environmental Commission, which he was a member of for quite a while. And, you know, without that kind of volunteerism, the township couldn't function as efficiently as it does, and we wish him well. His term will run to 12/31/2026. Okay, consent agenda, Administration Department resolutions. A, appointment of IMAC Insurance Agency as insurance broker of record for the Township of Fairfield Recreation Department relating to medical accident policy term effective 4/17/24, 4/16/25. B, authorization for Solutions Architecture to perform professional services relating to site survey, wetland delineation, and permitting processing relating to the township pool area. C, authorization for the Township of Fairfield to enter into a cooperative pricing agreement with the Hunterton Education Service Commission. Engineering Department Resolution D, awarding a bid and authorization to execute a contract between DLS Contracting for the 2024 road resurfacing program in the amount of $415,498.80. E, awarding a bid and authorization to execute a contract between D&L Paving for the Gloria Lane reconstruction project in the amount of $226,191.09. F, resolution accepting a road opening bond number 77661-94531 from Scott Stone Setters in the amount of $500. G, resolution accepting a road opening bond number 77661-94515 from Arcadis in the amount of $2,500. H, authorization to submit a grant application and approval to execute a grant contract with the New Jersey Department of Transportation for the Dwight Place reconstruction project. F, Finance Department resolution authorizing an increase to the 2024 temporary budget. Fire Department Resolution J, authorization for training for the Fire Department from Lexipol in the amount of $2,299. K, authorization to purchase fire breathing equipment from New Jersey Fire Equipment Company in the amount of $12,679.86. L, authorization to purchase nozzle equipment from the New Jersey Fire Equipment Company in the amount of $2,538. Item M, authorization to repair engine number 1 from Fire and Safety Services Limited in the amount of $13,867.20. Item N, authorization to replace warning lights on fire vehicle from Spectrum Communications in the amount of $2,396.40. Item O, authorization to purchase 3 thermal imaging cameras from Whitmer Public Safety Group in the amount of $21,255. Item P, authorization to purchase portable radios from Spectrum Communications in the amount of $25,463.20. Item Q, authorization to purchase pagers from Spectrum Communications in the amount of $6,690. Fire Prevention Resolution R, authorization to amend Resolution Number 2023-513 for the purchase of vehicle equipment from GTBM in the reduced amount of $4,155.36. Police Department Resolution S, accepting a letter of resignation from Police Officer Kevin Chen. Item T, authorization to purchase police ammunition from Eagle Point Gun in the amount of $16,085.78. U, authorization to hire Edian Rizavani as full-time police dispatcher effective June 7th, 2024. We have Public Works Resolution V, authorization to purchase a rebuilt transmission from Wayne Transmission for police vehicle number 407 in the amount of $4,924. Item W, authorization to repair police vehicle number 403 from Route 23 Auto Mall in the amount of $2,599.64. Item X, authorization to hire A&C Plumbing and Heating and Company Incorporated to perform maintenance and repairs at Recreation Building in the amount of $2,267.50. Item Y, authorization to repair DPW bulldozer from Foley in the amount of $27,840.51. Item Z, resolution adopting an indoor air quality program. Double A, resolution adopting a written hazard communication program. Double B, resolution adopting an emergency action plan and fire prevention plan. Double C, resolution adopting a hot work procedure. Double D, resolution adopting a personal protective equipment program. Double E, resolution adopting a control of hazardous energy lockout tagout program. Double F, resolution adopting a bloodborne pathogens exposure control plan. Double G, resolution adopting a safe lifting safety program. Double H, resolution adopting a ladder safety program. Recreation Department resolutions. Double I, authorization to hire summer camp personnel for the 2024 season. Double J, authorization to hire Frank D'Alessio as full-time repairman, grade 1, to work in the Parks Department, effective 6/24/2024. Double K, authorization to hire Window Works to reinstall the sailcloths at the Hollywood Park Playground in the amount of $2,600. Double L, authorization to purchase field equipment for the Parks Department from Store Tractor in the amount of $1,946.40. Double M, authorization to rent an 80-foot truck to install new lights at the Hollywood Field from Rent All Center in the amount of $3,310.50. Double N, authorization to purchase cheer jackets from SL Specialties in the amount of $2,949. Tax collection resolution 00 through Y. Municipal Clerk resolutions Z, approval of the ABC liquor licenses renewal for the 2024-2025 licensing period. AAA, authorization to renew a contract for Liberty DR digital recording systems from Business Information Systems in the amount of $2,962.20. Triple B, approval to issue kennel pet shop license to Canine Resorts Daycare and Luxury Hotel, 2024-2025. Triple C, approval to issue Canine kennel pet shop license to HT Fairfield, doing business as Hounds Town Fairfield, 2024-2025. Double D, approval to issue kennel pet shop license to Pet Lovers Outlet, 2024-2025. Triple E, approval to issue kennel pet shop license to Rover Ranch and Spa, 2024-2025. And Triple F, approval of an off-premise 50/50 raffle, number 2024-06, for Unico of Fairfield on October 13th, 2024. If there are no questions, comments, or corrections, I'd like a motion to accept the consent agenda as stated.
So moved.
Councilman McGlynn,
Second.
Councilman LaForgia.
Councilman McGlynn.
Aye.
Councilman LaForgia.
Aye.
Council President Cifelli.
Aye.
Mayor Galise.
Aye. Joe, you're up.
Okay, Mr. McCluskey, our Chief Financial Officer, has certified that the funds are available. I'd like to make a motion to pay the bills, with the exception of bill number 24-01360, in the amount of $5,155,067.89.
Second.
Council President Cifelli.
Aye.
Councilman LaForgia.
Aye.
Councilman McGlynn.
Aye.
Mayor Galise.
Aye.
I'd like to make a motion to pay bill number 24-01360.
Second.
Council President Cifelli.
Aye.
Councilman LaForgia.
Aye.
Councilman McGlynn.
Aye.
Mayor Galise.
No vote. Okay, we all done, Joe?
I'm all done.
Okay.
Thank you. Unless you want to spend some more money.
No, no, no.
Okay. Just
All right.
check.
Does anyone have any written communications tonight? Okay, unfinished business? Nothing? How about new business? We're on a roll. Okay, brings us to public comment session. Anyone wishing to comment from the public, please come forward, state your name and address for the record.
Gail Batone, 47 Big Peace Road. Just have two questions, basically in the same topic. All those trees that are cut down by the airport, what is that about? And what about the trees that are all cut down on Big Peace Road? You know, the curve?
Yeah, I've been getting calls with that too, Gail, and basically the ones on Big Piece, that's the most recent ones. It was just a matter of the trees fell, and they fell into the road, and they just had to be pushed back.
Okay,
Nothing more than that.
okay,
The airport needed a better line of sight for
Okay.
some of the runways.
okay, makes sense.
And that was the county, right, Jim, who did that? And so the county came in, we didn't do that, we didn't have control of that, they did that.
Okay,
They did come back and reduce the height of some of the stumps, and they put some of the fast grow meadow mix in there, they call it, and it tries to grow the grass up to cover a lot of that stuff.
Okay.
But that, yeah, that wasn't us either, so.
okay, thank you, thank
Okay.
you.
Anyone else wishing to come forward, speak on any subject?
Hello, hi, my name is Edwin Paredes. I'm from South River, and I wanted to ask the council if there's any consideration for expanding the current cannabis ordinance to retail along Route 46, as you know, now other towns are expanding and things like that, since you guys already have most of the other classes.
Yeah, we pretty much have written our ordinance to what we would like and what our residents would like. I don't believe there's any future revisitation of that at this point.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Sure. Anyone else wishing to come forward? Okay, seeing no one, we'll close the public comment session. The next meeting of the mayor and council will be July 22nd at 7 PM in these council chambers. I need a motion to adjourn into public session tonight.
Mayor,
correct?
before, could I just remind
Yes.
us once again, July 2nd, for the fireworks at the rec complex?
Sure, July 2nd, we'll, is
And
that on the website now? It is, right?
it should be.
It is.
It is.
And it's on Channel 34.
Okay.
It is. Yes.
No, that's,
Mayor, I'll make a motion to go into executive.
Let me-
I'll
if
second.
you- Just let me allow to read
Yeah,
the statement
okay.
first. Thank you. Whereas Section 8 of the Open Public Meeting Act, NJSA 10:4-12B1-9 permits the exclusion of the public from a meeting of the mayor and council in certain circumstances, and whereas the mayor and council of the Township of Fairfield are of the opinion that such circumstances exist, now therefore be it resolved by the mayor and council of the Township of Fairfield, County of Essex, State of New Jersey, that the public shall be excluded from discussion of any action of the closed session of the meeting of the mayor and council of June 24th, 2024. The general nature of the subject matter to be discussed in executive session is,
personnel.
it is anticipated at this time that the above stated subject matter will be made public as soon thereafter as it is deemed in the public interest to do so, and this resolution shall take effect immediately.
Motion to go into executive.
Second.
Councilman LaForgia.
Aye.
Council President Cifelli.
Aye.
Councilman McGlynn.
Aye.
Mayor Galise.
Aye.
Night, everybody.
Good night, everyone. Thank you.
Good night now.